Okay, second round. And looks like a fine opener as well. 4-lander. We've got a Dispel, which is a little bit reactive for what we're going to be doing here, in the sense that it doesn't really count on our curve. But it's nice to have in our hand, and then we've got a curve topper plus something to either beat down or slow them down, depending on what we need to do. Alright, so there's an inspiration to refill our hand. I love having cards like that in the deck, even though it's kind of painful to have to cast them sometimes when you don't have a whole lot else going on. It is nice when the board gets stalled out and you draw one of those. Alright, so now what's the ideal draw for us here? Probably a key rune or just lands. We've got a lot of stuff to do with our mana. Wouldn't mind having a Hussar Patrol in there as well. That would be pretty sweet, but we're just going to be running out of Sky Knight here. Let's see what he plays on his turn 3. This is important. Oh, geez. Smiter? That's huge. Hey, there's the key rune I wanted. The question becomes, do we Sky Knight now? Or do we key rune now? If we key rune right now, we can leave up Dispel, which is probably meaningless. Then we untap, and we'll have 4, and then we'll go to 5 lands here, so we can play Sky Knight plus any 2-drop that we draw. If I play Sky Knight right now, then we lock this down for a turn and block this guy, which isn't too bad either. Taking a hit of 6 is pretty annoying, but we were just going to do it the next turn anyway, I think. So yeah, I think I'm just going to have to run out the key rune here and take our hits as they come in. Basically, the Sky Knight's going to do the same thing next turn that it would do this turn. Take 2 extra damage in the ordeal, but we open ourselves up to drawing something like an Azorius Arrestor or something and being able to cast both and then make a trade that's a little bit better for us. So let's see what happens here. We do have Dispel up as well, which is like 2% good. It doesn't really do much on an empty. When we don't have anything, he doesn't have a lot of incentive, but oh, there's eyes in the skies or something weird. Vassal Soul, sure. Alright. So, we've got 5 mana at our disposal, and we can either do an Inspiration with Dispel up, or we have Sky Knight with Dispel up, and we just need to really get this Sky Knight on board here. We're going to be trading it off for this Vassal Soul. Having Dispel up will be nice, though, because if he does have a, what's it called, if he's got a Giant Growth or whatever, then we can get him. I wonder if I want to actually trade it off for this Keening Apparition. I'm not sure. Probably just the Vassal Soul. Let's see what he does. So we do have like a Knightly Valor in the deck. You know, and these are pretty similar cards given our board, because both of the next 2 cards we're going to play have flying. So yeah, I think I can actually just go ahead and take this thing out. It's not it's you know, categorized as a worse creature because it costs less, etc., but I think it's a better play. All right, so this is a full stabilization play here potentially for us. I'm going to go with the Skywatch. And the reason I'm leading off with the Skywatch is that it holds down the board just as well, and I can't afford to not cast something this turn, so I'm playing something. But if he did have aerial predation, it would really suck to get our Sphinx predated upon, so this is better for us. Because now we can run the Sphinx out there. Big Sphinx Daddy. And we can leave up Dispel. And we still don't have any attacks currently. He didn't even use his Centaur's Herald. Ooh. Rogue's Passage is nasty, though. Ugh, that's brutal. So he's going to just hit us with this Loxodon Smiter 3 times and kill us. Or maybe he's going to do a Courser's Death's Presence? Okay, yeah. Like, honestly, that's just like the absolute... I don't know if I could have picked a better turn for him to have than that. That was absolutely ideal. Um, all right, so I think what we're going to do, so what I'm thinking about here is, so I'm going to attack, I want to start attacking him with this. In fact, I want to start attacking him with both. And he's going to want to block with his Vassal Soul. So it's going to die. And then what he's going to do is he's going to get, where it's the power, so he's going to get 2 +1/+1 counters on his Loxodon Smiter. And he's probably just going to run it right in there. He might just, so here's the thing, I have 8 mana, so I can Inspiration right now and figure out where we're at. If he wants, he can spend all 4 mana to make this guy unblockable and put us on a 2-turn clock. That's a pretty reasonable game plan, but we do have multiple draw steps to get out of it, and we also have a reasonable chance to race him if we get to detain this once or something. So what I want to do here is I want to Inspiration me first, because it leaves Hussar Patrol and Dispel up still. Okay, so we bricked off there. And what that means is that I can really just attack with this, and then if he wants, he can get his counters. All right, he's just going to take his beats. And that's good for us. We can just ship the turn back. This leaves us block with Key Rune, Dispel mana up. It also leaves us just Hussar Patrol if we want to cast that. I don't know that that's going to do a ton here. If he decides to run this in, though, we could consider flashing a Hussar Patrol and double blocking, but it's kind of risky. We won't be able to have Dispel mana up at that time. All right, he is just going to Rogue's Passage here. And let's see if he just attacks with this. Yeah, all right, so he's got his game plan all figured out here. And we kind of do too. We need to draw something to interact with that, though, because racing that thing is going to be very difficult. We cannot... We have to find something. So this needs to be like an Azorius Charm, a Dramatic Rescue, a Detain guy, not a Vassal Soul. So we are still alive is the good news. The bad news is that we just straight up cannot attack him. If we attack him, he gets 2 counters on this and just kills us. So, awkward. And we have 1 draw step to find something to get rid of that for a turn. But it's not actually looking very good for us. Him getting that huge hit in when I played the Key Rune means that this Rogue's Passage is way, way better. Yeah, that happens. All right, so Dramatic Rescue 1 time. That's a Plains. All right, so let's get an aggro here. Our only real shot here is that he screws up. And that's a very low percentage play, but we're going to take it anyway. He gets 2 triggers. Only one of them actually do anything. So he just needs to move all in on his Rogue's Passage here, and then he kills us. We do have 3 cards in hand, though. He could panic. Seems unlikely. I would like to give him the opportunity, though. Interesting play. And he does, in fact, punt here by giving us the opportunity. I guess he still could just kill us, but... All right, fair enough. If we had another Hussar Patrol, we could flash it in, but he could still get us. All right, so what do we want to do about that? Maybe a Paralyzing Grasp or an Avenging Arrow? Yeah, that thing's going to be a pain, that Rogue's Passage, because our deck's pretty slow. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're fine. Like, it sucks, but until that thing doesn't come online until later in the game, and then we can have things like Tristani's Judgments, which we didn't have. You know, Dramatic Rescue, Azorius Charm, Azorius Arrestor, New Prov Guildmage, either Tristani's Judgment, even Sphinx's Revelation, all get us out of there. Soulsworn Spirit does too. So, you know, I think that on the whole, we're much more likely to be fine there. This looks fine. Unexciting, but fine hand. We need any land to hit our key rune, and then we've got a nice little mana bump there. If we draw an island in the next couple turns, that's happy times for us, but yeah, there it is. No play. We do have a Dramatic Rescue this time, though, but we're not going to be using that for a while, probably. I think I'm just going to run the key rune out here instead of the Seller of Songbirds. I'd much... you know what? Stealer of Secrets is probably the play. He's likely has something that can block it, but we should have made him have it. Yeah. See, because now... And I mean, I don't know if this is even the correct play, but at least we would have had the option now to Dramatic Rescue, attack, and block, and draw a card, which would have been sweet. As it sits, though, we're still in a pretty good spot. We have a better developed mana base, and I can still play the Stealer of Secrets, which is really going to put him in a weird spot as far as if he wants to attack or not. So that's a good thing. He probably won't want to attack me. If he does, he can attack me with like one. He can play something as a follow-up play, and then I can Dramatic Rescue it if I want. Sure. This guy hits me. The brick gets in. So what are you going to do for your follow-up? That's the question, sir. He's got an Armory Guard. Yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and draw a card off of him here, because I want to make sure that I can keep hitting my land drops so I can start getting these Tristani's Judgments in there. Just going to attack with this. I want to be able to hit this land here, hopefully. Land? Yeah. So the question now becomes Tristani's Judgment up or Seller of Songbirds, so that we can get some tokens from the Tristani's Judgment. Man, I really kind of do like riding this thing. He really has to keep casting stuff, and we do have this available as well. So yeah, I'm just going to pass for now. That way, if he does decide to attack, we'll take the hit, and then whatever he plays post-combat, even if it's the stupid Doorkeeper, we'll just Judgment it and get another card out of him. Or not Doorkeeper, but Armory Guard. It's kind of aggressive, but our deck's pretty sweet in the late part of the game. See what we draw here. Digging for Sphinx's Revelation. Or Azorius Charm's really good here too. I really wanted to hit a land though, because I want to play the Seller of Songbirds, but I want to have Hussar Patrol up as well. Guess I could just have Seller of Songbirds and keep Azorius Charm up, which is kind of lame. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the hit here. If he decides to suit it up with something, we can have Tristani's Judgment up to kill it as well. Yeah, brick's doing work. It's just we're going to have these two things to block it next turn, so it's okay. Keening Apparition resolves. Let's get Hussar Patrol down. That's an interesting one. Yeah. That's pretty sweet here. It's also why we put it in the deck, but... Fight, fight. Still not going to send in the key rune yet. I'm just going to follow up with a Seller of Songbirds and leave up Azorius Charm, I believe. So he can block. and then kill the ethereal armor, but then we just kill it. And getting that thing out of the way is totally fine. If he decides not to do any of those plays, then we get to draw a card. So it's basically ethereal armor for Keening Apparition, which is just fine by me. Keeping his board clear seems really advantageous for us here. Yep, you got it. And get you. So Cellar, or do I want to just do the Hussar Patrol here? It's actually kind of interesting. I think I want to do Cellar. Cellar can block as well. And if he has a trick, then I can Azorius Charm. If I wait for the Hussar Patrol, I like the idea of just double blocking and going for the trade, but I want to have the trick available in case he's got whatever. And this leaves the trick open, and it still has enough power to actually kill that. He only gets to kill like these two things. If he decides to attack, which is definitely a choice for him, because I do have this guy. If he doesn't have another dude to follow up with, then he could be under siege further from the Stealer here. This is a tight one, though. Alright, so he's got an arrest for this guy. Pretty good play. And it is going to prompt a little bit of this. Can Tristani's Judgment the Keening Apparition right now and draw an extra card? Still have Hussar Patrol and Azorius Charm in hand and just leave the bird back to... I mean, I don't even know if I need to block this thing quite yet. This thing makes me nervous, though. But drawing cards is awesome. This is a tough decision, actually. Because if I don't do this, then I'm just passing a turn back, and then I kind of get him. I could go for the Key Rune plus Bird attack and get him down to 11. That leaves me with a Hussar Patrol and Stealer of Secrets to double block this thing. But man, I just really want to have this available when that happens. Also, remember, I can give my guys lifelink if I want to try to race him. All right, let's get aggressive here. Heck with it. We do get a bird too, so it's value. All right, pretty nice draw too. He's still attacking, so he's going to have something on the ground. Yeah, I think I can take this. Slither Head, sure. That's the best he could do with that turn? That's not very good, sir. So if I play the Sphinx, yeah, I think I'm in pretty great position there. Even if he makes this thing a 5/5, he still can't get in. I'm gonna have Dispel back up as well. Is there any reason though to not just like leave back a bird token here? If I hit him here, he's gonna block the Stealer, and then I'll get him down to 9, and then that's a 2-turn clock, but it's the same thing. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna leave a bird back for safety's sake. It feels like if this game goes longer, we're in good position. This is gonna get blocked here clearly. And we are gonna play this guy. It's a little conservative, but I think it's the right play. 2-turn clock in the air right now. If he was at 9, it would be the same thing. So let's see what he's got. He's got that big enchantment. Oh, he's got Horncaller's Chant. That's interesting, but don't think it matters too much right now. He can't attack me. Yeah, this is looking quite good actually now. So I just attack him with this and just ship the turn back. And he's got one turn to deal with it, and we've got Hussar Patrol, Azorius Charm, and Dispel in hand. So that's pretty good for us. Let's see what he wants to do here. He's just going to ship the team. So we're going to go Hussar Patrol. And I think what I do here is I animate this thing. This gives us a lot of toughness. And I go block, 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 and block. And what that means is that he needs to kill us right now, and we take no damage, or else this thing kills him, or he has to gain some life. We also have Azorius Charm available to us. So let's see what he's got. He's got an instant. He's got Rootborn Defenses. Do we care about that? He kills all of our guys, but we have this. I mean, I can counter it just because I can counter it. But then if he has, like, the fog, like if he has Druid's Deliverance, then we just lose. And I don't think him having that thing really matters. So it happens, I suppose. I'd rather just keep Dispel up. All right, we got him. Okay. Moving along, I believe we're in a similar position. Cancel is certainly an option. It's obviously horrible versus the Smiter, but we wouldn't really have it online because we're on the draw anyway. But like again, we're playing against a guy playing Horncaller's Chant here. You know, cards like Seller of Songbirds don't do a whole hell of a lot versus those type of cards. Maybe we do just want this Paralyzing Grasp and take out like Ethereal Armor and these type of cards. He didn't seem to have much removal. Ethereal Armor might be really good. Maybe we just do it like this. Take out the Stealer. I mean, we got him through a few times there, but it looks like Stealer's going to have a rough go overall. And I think we can just grasp down one of his, like if he does hit that thing again, and then it makes this a little bit better too. Get him in the air. Maybe we want Stealer over a Seller of Songbirds. Probably not. Okay. Yeah, sure. Not a great hand. Not a bad hand, though. That's a good one to have. Let's see what he's got for his 2-drop here. Oh, nothing. That's beautiful. I will also do nothing. I think we do want this game to go late. I don't see how this thing is really going to become a beatdown option versus the things that we've seen. Like that, for example. So I think I'd much rather just use it like this. Take it out of combat for a turn, and then we can use it to double block in a little bit with our Hussar Patrol. Let's see what he's got here, because next turn I'm just going to run the Spirit out there and get that. Yeah, because this can block this thing now, so this is all fine and dandy. So Spirit. Lock this down. And do I want to attack him? Yes. Because I'm not going to trade off my Azorius Arrestor for that Celestia Sentry anyway, because that's what the Hussar Patrol is going to do. So this looks like a fine line for me. We take 3 here, but we quicken up our clock a little bit. He's got his own arrestor, so he's just going to lock down the spirit so that that guy can't get in, but this one will. Azorius Arrestor seems quite good in his deck. Yeah, maybe I should have thought about that card too when I was thinking about what to do with the others. Okay, so go. So now our Hussar Patrol is going to do a lot of duty eating up these guys. Right now it's going to block this one, I think. All right, so if he has Rootborn defenses, how screwed are we? Kind of screwed, but not like the worst. So we just need to make sure that we don't completely get destroyed by that card, so we're going to block like this. Normally I'd consider making this trade too, but if you Rootborns, as the board sits, we just lose our Arrestor and he doesn't get a token, which, yeah, it's annoying, but it's not like the end of the world. Yeah, he does have it. All right, so he's doing a good job of getting us here, but we are not in a bad position. So we Tristani's Judgment this thing. We trade this for this, and then this eats one of those. Probably. I mean, I want to attack him, but I don't think we really have the opportunity, so we're only going to get to hit him here. All right, let's see if he keeps the Savage Beats coming in here. We're definitely going to go for some trades and such if he wants to let us have them. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big game. Wow. Yeah, we're going to take a huge hit here. All right, so let's use up our mana here. We're going to take 7 and go to 4. We're going to take this guy out, though. Yeah, that's a beating. That's really bad. All right, so we can't do anything anyway, but we do have another Tristani's Judgment and a Dramatic Rescue here, so even though he does have lethal on the table, we're like not dead. I think he's just going to go for it here, though. And he is indeed. All right, so get here, and take this guy out with that. Okay, so now we're stabilized again, although we are at 2, which is really scary, and yeah, we're facing lethal again. Look at that. Double lethal? No, just 1 lethal. Okay, so right now, if we draw Sphinx's Revelation, we're in like really good spot. If we don't, we're really up against it here. We're gonna get him here, but we're gonna go to 1. So return this to your hand. Or I'm not going to go to 1. We're going to go to 3. But we are going to get him with this, which is nice. So we're relatively stable, but we're up against the 3-turn clock. Hopefully he doesn't have another play. All right, he didn't, and that's a good draw. Not the best, but it's a fine draw. And we're going to battle him because hell with it. But this gives us a chance to at least block that thing once. Not this turn, though. Come on, Sphinx's Revelation. Tristani, don't care about that as much. He can't populate at the moment. And we have an Azorius Charm, which is an interesting pickup here. We can use it to put this Concordia Pegasus back on top. Don't know how interesting that is. Tristani's interesting actually here that it kind of doesn't... I mean, I guess it matters, but... Ooh. Is that game? No, it's not game, but that's really good. All right, so we have a plan here, though, and our plan is to do this. You can make an argument for just drawing a card there, but do this. He's going to take out the bird. We're going to go to 1, and we have to draw something. We have a lot of outs in our deck. We really do. You know, our 6-drop guys are good. Sphinx's Revelation, New Prof Guildmage is an out. All right, so we can hold off 1 creature for a little bit here. This might get us like an extra draw step or 2, but we still need to hit, like, even like a Asperia's Skywatch would be fine here. Yeah, she's in there. Detain that thing. There we go. That's a card. I can play it. Yeah, I can play it. I have to chump here if he does want to attack, though. And if he has anything, we're dead. But we're in that position forever. Armory Guard, sweet. Do not care about Armory Guard. I don't care how much life he gains either, because we can eventually kill him with this as long as we're still alive. He didn't even attack, so that's good news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we can detain 2 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweet. So I think I start beating down then. Do I? No, actually, he's got attacks. Like, he can make me block with my New Prof Guildmage. If I attack him, he takes it. Then I have to detain this, and then I detain, like, this. And then he attacks me, and I have to chump block. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, it's no good at all. We'll detain this guy. We'll detain this one since he can't realistically cast something and populate this turn anyway, and we want him to attack with Tristani so he can kill it. Slitherhead is lethal. Ethereal Armor, the most awkward possible draw, maybe. Oh man, now I can't detain 2 things. Are we dead? No. No, we're not. I can detain 2 things. So, if I throw this armor on something, I can only detain 1 thing. If I put it on here, let's say, I can detain thing, and then he goes attack, 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 and then I would have to block. Yeah, I think I'm just going to wait, because right now he still doesn't have an attack. I can't attack him at all. I want that Sphinx's Revelation real bad. Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can detain this. Unfortunately, I can't detain Hussar Patrol and Ethereal Armor because I've only got 2 white. So the armor is just going to have to wait. It doesn't do a lot here anyway. Can I finally attack him now? No, he can have eyes. Ooh, jeez, that's awkward. I just tapped a land and then hit the button on accident. Still got enough mana to do the things I need to do, but that's Jesus. That makes me worried. So we just lock this thing down. Another lethal Slitherhead. I'm just glad he's drawing those and not like his Rogue's Passage. All right, Dispel and Ethereal Armor are just very annoying right now. Like, they don't actually do what we need to be doing. All right, but I've got I've got 3 blockers on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I still have to just sit back. Ugh, I want to kill him. Okay, so now he's got 4. And he can actually attack me, so I guess I do need to detain another guy. Oh, he's got more. Death's Presence. That's fantastic. Do not care about that card. Knightly Valor. Okay, that changes things a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that changes things a lot. What do I put it on? The Sphinx? 7, 14, 21. That seems good. Yeah, let's put that here. If I put Ethereal Armor on it too, then it becomes 9, which is like basically the same thing. The key here is Vigilance, though. And of course another guy. Yeah, that was a really good draw. Now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to his 5. So yeah, she just doesn't have any attacks at all now. But I'm going to detain him anyway. I'm going to detain that thing. All right, he's F6'd as well, so this is just beautiful. That's not as beautiful. He's going to have to just block this thing at some point anyway, so none of this really does anything different. I can detain it now, though. Because I'm going to do it anyway, at least on one of his guys. So one more turn. Can we do it? Oop. Oh, he's got Druid's Deliverance. All right, so 2 more. That looks pretty dispel worthy, doesn't it? Yeah, that's like a whole draw step for him. Yeah, I'm gonna dispel it. It makes me a little nervous to dispel it, but like we are very, very close to just being straight up dead here. So I think I'm okay with that play. He doesn't get any value out of it anyway, but Vassal Soul. Sure. He goes up. So we actually have the win now, assuming that this is not something that can interfere with it. Because we can throw the Ethereal Armor on there, and that'll do it. We don't care what this does, I guess. This. All right. Ooh. A little bit of spice there too, but I think we just go for it here. So if I go Ethereal Armor here, he becomes 9, and then I just pump all my mana into this, and then just kill him. Yeah, because I'm going to do that anyway, so this is very similar to what we would be doing. Detain this. I think he's F6 too, which would be fantastic. Hey, we got there. That was a close one. Man, seen it at 1 life for like half the game. All right, so we'll see you guys in the finals.